This is Ravi Shankar Muniyasamy. So I'm going to be the trainer for today's session. And today we are going to see an interesting topic. We are going to look at what is SQL joins. Okay. And so far we have seen how to handle a single table using select statement or update statement, deleting. So all these DML operation we have seen so far, but everything is related to a single table. So from today we are going to see how we can handle multiple tables in SQL. Okay, so there is a way of joining or combining data from multiple tables, because there will be a scenario in the real life use case wherein we will have to join more than one table. Okay, so there are certain techniques. So the important technique is called joining. We are going to refer those. So I'm sharing my the PPT. So we are going to look at the various technique that are involved in joining the tables. So the first technique is the inner join. So inner join is more of matching records. Inner join syntax is it can be called as inner join or simply as join, because inner is more of an optional keyword. So what this inner join is going to do is inner join is going to combine two tables, and it is going to bring the matching records. We all are familiar with the Venn diagram, right? So if I have to represent the inner join in a Venn diagram, so this is how we see. And table A and table B, when we do inner join, it basically brings all these matching fields from both the tables. Okay, and let's look at a example so that now you understand it clearly. Let's say there is a customer table and there is a order table. This is for a restaurant business, right? So there will be customers, regular customers, and the orders that they placed. So there is a customer called Raja and who visited on 21st August, and this is his order number. Since Raja's information is available in both the table, customer table as well as the order table, so it's going to bring both the bring the record. Similarly for Rani customer, whereas there is a customer called Prince, so he has not placed any order. Okay, and the customer is without any order. The customer record is there only in the customer table. So that information will not be fetched because the customer table is something similar to table A. So even though it is present, but it exists only in table A, it doesn't exist in the order table. So it won't appear in the result set. And the syntax for the join is the table A join table B. And we have to specify what is the joining condition, on what basis that these tables are joined. So we can give single column condition, or we, in case if the join condition on multiple column, we can specify using AND condition. Okay, so let's look at a working example. So we can see the example wherein in an employee database that I have created. So far we have seen this example, right? So the employee table has the list of employees. There are around 10 valid employees in a company and their records. And there is another table called employee personal info. So it is an optional information this is going to hold. So this is holding employee additional information like the height and weight. Only few employees have given, not all employees, because this is more of a sensitive data, right? Some employees would not prefer to provide that information. So it provides only, it stores only the information that the customers, the employees have provided. So it is only there for few customers, few employees, right? So now when I execute inner join, joining these two tables, right? So table A is nothing but employee here, and table B is the employee personal information. And ID is the common field for both the tables, and it is holding the employee ID information. So I am trying to select columns from both the tables. So name from the table 1 and the height and weight from the table 2, second table, right? So when I execute, I get the information for 4 records. So because it is, even though the employee table has 10 records, it is fetching 4 records because it is matching with the second table. Only 4 employees records exist in both the tables, right? So only those data will be displayed in the output. So this is the behavior of inner join or join. Okay. So with that, we are going to the second join type. And the second join is left join or left outer join. Here outer is an optional keyword. So what this we do is left join would bring all the records from the left side of the table, and it will bring the matching records from the right side of the table. Okay, right side table. And for those missing records, it will put null value. It will display null value for the right side table. And the Venn diagram wise, if we have to depict left outer join, this is how we can depict, because here this will bring all the records from the left side table, and from the right side table it will only bring the matching records. So if you have to see the output, sample output, so it will show the data for Prince. So Prince, even though he doesn't have any order, but still he has a valid record in the customer, right, which is a left side table. So it is displaying the customer related information because he doesn't have any order, so it is showing null. So this is how the left join behaves, and the syntax for left join is we need to mention left in front of the join. Okay, and going back to our example, so our example, I'm going to show you how left join can be used. So before that, let me explain. Whenever we have multiple table, right, and we can use the table alias. So instead of specifying the entire table name every time, right, and we can specify the employee alias there onwards in the select list as well as in the join condition. Okay, even in the where condition. So wherever you want to refer, you can refer the alias instead of the entire table name. So now I'm going to show you the left join. Left join, if you see the same join that I'm showing for these three employees, for these three with these three fields, right? So let's see what it is going to display. So it is displaying, right, for all the employees from the employee table, because employee table is in the left side of the join. Whereas the height information and weight information, right, the personal information, employee personal information, it shows only for those four records. But it is also showing for other records, but with a null value. So this is the behavior of the left join. And let's see what other join type we have. The next join type we have is right join. Right join is exactly the opposite of left join. It behaves like this. It brings all the records from the right side table, irrespective of whether it exists in the left side table or not. And then for the left side of the table, it brings all the matching records with value. And for the missing records, it shows null value. It's exactly the same. I think we don't need much explanation for this. And from the example wise, if you see the customers, so it is going to show you in case if we have any order for which there is no customer. Okay, so for the customer, it's going to show null. So in real life scenario, if you see, let's say sometimes, right, some restaurants for one-time customers, they will not store them as a customer, right? So they will just deliver the order like a guest, for a guest, and no, without creating a customer record. So for those records, no, we will not have any customer entry in the customer table, right? So for those scenarios, it will show all the orders, right? It won't miss out any order, right? So this way, their left join and right join kind of provides and doesn't filter any valid record. But ultimately, it depends on the business use case, right? And the syntax is almost the same, but except that the keyword is instead of left, we have to specify right. Going back to our example, the employee personal info. So when you execute the rights join, so what it does is it brings the employee information for those employees who have provided the personal information like height and weight. Looks like there is one orphan record, right, in the system, wherein the corresponding employee information doesn't exist in the employee table, but still that record comes out in the output, because this is a right join, and this employee personal information table is on the right side of the join, right? So this is the behavior of right join. And then the final join that we are going to see today is the full join. Full join is going to fetch data from both the sides of the table, right? So it's going to fetch record from both the sides of the table, irrespective of the table existence, whether it is on the left side or right side, right? And the Venn diagram is, you see, it is very clear. It is going to bring all the data from a left side table and right side table and the common table matching records, right? So, and if you see, we are going to see both prince record here and the null records on the right side. Similarly, the order information, right, for one-time customer and the customer information, it will show us null because there is no data in the customer table. And the syntax is pretty much the same except that the full keyword is being used here. I'm taking back to the our example and I'm going to execute for the full join. When I execute full join for the employee and employee personal info, so what exactly it does is it exactly now provides all the information. You see left side table, it provides all the information for all the 10 employees, and then it provides the additional employee information, right, for the orphan personal information data. Similarly, it provides the personal info for those 4 employees, and it provides null value for the other employees who have not given their height and weight information. So these are the 4 behaviors of the inner join, right join, left join, and the full outer join. So I hope this particular short training session was very useful and crisp and clear.